Chapter 4. Transitive and Intransitive Verbs. Verbs can be transitive or intransitive depending on whether they need an object to make complete sense. Let us learn more about the object of the verb. Direct and indirect objects. Verbs can have two objects, direct and indirect. A direct object is a noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. It is identified by asking the question who or what in relation to the verb. Example, the teacher opened the book. Answers the question, opened what? The indirect object is a noun or pronoun that tells us to whom or for whom the action of the verb is performed. Example, the tailor showed her a beautiful dress. Answers the question, showed whom? Remember that for a verb to have an indirect object, there must also be a direct object. The indirect object usually appears before the direct object. Look at these sentences. Subject, verb, indirect object, direct object. She gave me a book. He brought her some flowers. Grammar bite. Though the indirect object usually comes before the direct object, we can reverse this order by using a preposition to, for, with the indirect object. She gave me a book. She gave a book to me. Transitive and intransitive verbs. A transitive verb is a verb which needs an object to complete its meaning. Example, they bought some vegetables. Here, vegetables is the direct object of the verb bought. It answers the question, what did they buy? Bought is a transitive verb because it has the object vegetables. An intransitive verb makes complete sense by itself. It does not need an object to complete its meaning. Example, the race began. Here, the subject is race and the verb is began. The sentence does not have an object, but makes complete sense. The verb began does not need an object to complete its meaning and hence is an intransitive verb. Look at some more examples of transitive and intransitive verbs. The cat chased the mice. Transitive. The cat is sleeping on the couch. Intransitive. Rabbits love carrots. Transitive. The rabbit is going into its burrow. Intransitive. My mother stitched a skirt for me. Transitive. Watch out! The same verbs can be transitive or intransitive depending on how the verb is used. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Intransitive. Mother boils eggs for breakfast. Transitive. Verbs of incomplete predication. In the last exercise, you may have noticed that some verbs, though intransitive without an object, need other words to complete their full meaning in the sentence. Look at these sentences. Sanjay seems angry. Here, the word angry completes the meaning of the sentence. It tells us how Sanjay seems. King Krishnadevaraya was wise. Here, the word wise tells us the kind of king Krishnadevaraya was. The adjectives angry and wise help complete the meaning of the sentences. They are complements of the verbs. The verbs seems and was require the help of the given complements to complete their meaning. They are intransitive verbs of incomplete predication. Words which help to complete the meaning of the verb form the complement of the verb, as they tell us something important about the subject. They are called subjective complements. Intransitive verbs, which need words other than objects to complete their meaning, are called intransitive verbs of incomplete predication. Transitive verbs, too, take complements. The prince appointed him minister. Here, the pronoun him is the object. The noun minister tells us what the man was appointed as. Pritha found the extra classes useful. Here, the noun classes is the object. The adjective useful tells us how Pritha found the classes. The words minister and useful are complements of the verbs in the sentences. They are objective complements. Complements that give information about the object of the verb are called objective complements. Transitive verbs, which need the help of other words to complete their meaning, are called transitive verbs of incomplete predication. As the examples show, the complement can be a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. Grammar bite. Subjective complements are used with intransitive verbs. Objective complements are used with transitive verbs. Don't forget, 1. Verbs can be transitive or intransitive. 2. Transitive verbs need objects to complete their meaning. Intransitive verbs make complete sense without an object. 3. Some intransitive verbs need other words to complete their meanings. These are verbs of incomplete predication. 4. The words used to complete the meaning of verbs are called complements. 5. Subjective complements give information about the subject of a sentence. Objective complements give information about the object of a verb.